Hey.
Um, Shut up. Hello, everybody.
Everybody's freaking wait.
So I was sitting there, right?
Shut up.
Barbecue sauce on my titty.
Shut up. All right, hello, everybody. Welcome to our official first episode of Short in Numbers.
What a bitch.
Shut the fuck up. I am your host, Stumble. Oh wait, Yabani, aka Stumble.
Oh,
I am here with my
speak.
friends,
Cut the stream.
Ernesto, aka Shadow, my other
What's up?
best friend, or my best friend, Israel or Izzy, or aka the Grizz,
Hey, what's happening?
and my best friend's friend, Sammy Boy or Samuel
Bartholomew.
Bartholomew. And
I just take the trash.
huh?
I just take the trash out. I don't know what I'm doing here.
All right. Thank you for joining us today for this amazing first episode.
It's really supposed to be episode 2, but
So yeah,
we lost
someone,
episode 1.
someone Bartholomew forgot to put save past podcast on. We're not gonna point fingers who, but yeah. So how's y'all's weekends going?
All right, it went good. Today's Tuesday. Worked all weekend. You know, got my days off. I'm just here chilling.
So responsible.
Right.
Right, I know.
Do,
Alright.
do you guys have any plans for the weekend?
I'm trying to sell my car, and if I sell my car, I'm gonna buy a fucking I'm gonna buy what's it called, an Oculus, or I'm gonna buy a drawing monitor. We'll see what happens.
What kind of car you got? What
Uh,
What
2000
brand?
shit. 2008,
How much miles on it?
83,000.
Show me the Carfax.
Bam, 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 bam. All right.
Are you in any accidents?
Have y'all? So I don't know if you guys know, but the big day is coming. Like
Yep.
next year.
My birthday soon.
No one gives a fuck about your birthday, Shadow. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, I care about his birthday. What are you talking about?
I don't even know. Okay, so we all know that the 2020
Oh, no.
elections are coming up soon, and I wanted to have a talk about it with you guys.
What's an election?
Yeah. I didn't vote last time. No, it's fine. No, I did participate in the election for 20. What was
Yeah.
it, 16?
Yeah, 26. Yeah, is it? Yeah.
Alright. Okay.
Yeah. Last year I did vote too, and I also voted in my. And fuck, what was it called? It happened recently in my state. We had a vote for stuff, and I participated. I forgot what it's called. I like to participate. What?
Continue.
I participated in the 2016 election too. What about you, Ernesto?
Unfortunately, I didn't vote.
You were too young.
No, it's just I personally thought they were both shits. I didn't feel like it was.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was a pretty tough election.
It was a pretty hard election. I'll agree with you there. What about you, Mr. Grizz friend?
It's too young to vote.
Oh,
You're talking to Sammy.
okay. So what was it? I think it was what was it, senior year? 2016 was senior year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so technically I was still 17 and I wouldn't turn 18 until the summer. So I was cutting it pretty close to actually vote because voting started in like November, right? Ish.
Yeah.
September, October, November ish. So I was cutting it kind of close. And then when I turned 18, I was like, okay, I don't feel like I have to absolutely need to vote because I had other things that occurred, and I felt like I didn't need to, so I didn't. And I don't really have a preference on elections. It's just I wasn't really too informed about each candidate. It was Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. I mean,
Mm. Mm.
one person was actually into politics and another person was a businessman, and I felt like I don't know. I just didn't feel like I needed to vote or put my 2 cents in because it was just like, why? Like, I don't know, why bother? So I didn't vote.
The well, I remember differently that last time we talked about it, you told me you didn't vote because you think voting isn't important. You said that your votes never count. Like,
I mean,
why would you put
I
the
feel like
effort?
my vote didn't count. It would it voting obviously matters.
That's not what you were saying
Obviously,
last year.
Wait, but what makes you
no,
think that it doesn't count?
obviously voting has a purpose. It means something. It's just for me, to me, voting really didn't. I didn't really feel like I needed
And
to, so I didn't do it.
why does the future of the country you live in and most likely will raise your family not matter?
Because I feel like I feel like I don't think my parents voted. So if
No
me
offense, but
being
your
with
parents are
being
kind of stupid. I don't think they even know how to vote.
Oh my god.
okay,
Yo,
so you
chill,
fucking
man.
insulted me. Thank you. Okay. Um, I don't know. It's just there's other things. I'm pretty sure if I voted, I don't think my single vote would change anything.
But you just think you never know, you know? You never know.
That's
Anything can
true.
happen.
Well, it comes to the point where things can. You can be like, oh, it's super rare that my vote will actually count, right? But you gotta think about it that no one in this world is really unique, and a lot of people think the same way, right? So there's Samuel, you're one vote, right? That's what you're saying. You're just one vote that doesn't matter, right? That your vote wasn't gonna change anything. But if people keep thinking like you, like my vote doesn't matter. But the thing about voting is we're all in it together. We're a collected unit. We need each other to make a difference. Because what's it called, protest isn't gonna do anything. You need to bring
True.
in people in.
Agree.
So if there's a lot of people with your mentalities that my vote it's not gonna matter. Imagine like you and 15,000 other yous in Texas go, my vote doesn't matter. That's 15,000 votes, right? But then you could be like, but what's the chance that my vote will actually matter? You know, we're not important. But if you think about it, if you voted and a lot of younger people actually voted in Texas, it would have been the first time ever that Texas would have turned into a blue state because Beto O'Rourke went up against Ted Cruz in Texas and lost by 2.3%. That was shorter than 5,000 votes. That could have made a really big difference. I'm hoping that this year, since Beto is running again, thank goodness, that a lot of people will be like, oh, let's get our shit together and actually go out and vote, to make an actual difference. Because if you and everybody else went out to vote last year, you guys would have made the history books right there. You would have been a part of something big.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people need to start taking voting more serious, to be honest, because we're basically just fucking around at this point, saying, "Oh, let's vote for him," just because, instead of actually giving a reason, or just not voting at all. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. Cause I know a lot of my other friends that you guys probably don't know, but they also didn't vote because they felt that their vote didn't matter and that their vote was not really respected enough to where even if they chose somebody or they felt that somebody was really strong to them that 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 is them, then that represents them, then to the uh to that extent the voting was pointless to them regardless. And so they really want the friends that I talked to, they're really telling me that if they're gonna vote for somebody, they want to make sure that the person they're voting for gets that vote. But we all have to understand that that's not always gonna happen. That the person that we really want isn't always gonna be there. You know. So
Sanders last year.
But it's
yeah, like a lot of
I'm,
people wanted Bernie Sanders. That's a good one right there. But did we get him?
And
No,
they
we
got
didn't.
Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Well,
So
then again, that goes back to the same thing that He's like, no, I don't feel we're well represented, right? And me and you, as we're talking about this, that there's a lot of people running this year, a lot of
Yeah.
Democrats running this year, and
Oh yeah, there is a
and they
lot.
all have like a wide margin, right? But you know how you can go like, how is there like around 15 people, around 15 Democrats running, but at the end there's only gonna be one Democrat running, right? Because it's gonna be the last two.
Isn't there
The way that it works, it's called the midterm elections. We'll be voting for who we want to represent us. And if younger people pay attention to politics and pay attention to the news, or at least try to find someone right now, where there's a lot of people, try to find who catches their eye or interests them the most, and vote in the midterm election if they actually want to have a voice or want someone to
they
represent
have
them.
more in common with, if anything?
Yeah, like not only do you have to pay attention at the end of the election, you have to pay attention at the beginning to make
Oh
sure
yeah, of course.
who's the best one to go with, you know. But I was looking up some stuff, so I'm not just talking out of my ass, right? I was trying to see why young people don't vote, right? And Samuel was in the call with me when I was doing my research, and I want to ask you guys a question.
All right.
How many, what percentage of young people, out of all the young people or young adults, do you think vote?
Like from what age point?
Yeah.
Like you would say like 18 and up. Well,
I actually
that's
wrote an essay on this. I'm gonna be honest. So.
Young people, the youth voters.
what percentage of people actually vote compared to people who don't vote?
Yeah, like our percentage of the youth. How much do you think we actually vote? How much total of the youth votes that are able to vote?
15%.
What about you, Izzy?
Shoot. Hold on. I would say.
Ah, he's getting his essay.
Yeah, I was gonna get my essay out.
You do have to just guess.
Cause I wrote my. No, I'm not reading my whole essay.
Just
Right,
guess
right,
it.
No.
Alright, why you?
I would say like 30%.
All right.
Sammy?
Well, Sammy already knows because I was here when I told him
Okay.
when I was reading it. It's the average. Okay, below 30% of the youth votes. So that's 70% of people who are not voting out of all, young people.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That is
Damn.
a lot. That is a lot. Like,
They're all too busy playing Fortnite to be honest.
dude, I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised if Fortnite. No, wait, no, wait. Fortnite was even out last year. Oh wait, 4 years ago. Below 30% of the youth votes, and that is crazy to think that we don't care about the future or the future state of our country. And it's much more surprising that twice as much of old people vote than young people. So they vote. Total of old people that vote is 60%. That's twice as much as ours and more. And it's crazy to think because soon the old people, no cap, they're gonna die soon, right? They're gonna die soon. Old people are gonna die soon, and they're voting for the future of their country when they're not even gonna experience it because they're close to dying. And to think about that, we as young people have more time than old people on this earth. We don't care about the future, and we're going to be the ones spending our lives in it when it's being controlled by old people who aren't even here anymore.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
I agree.
But what is it? I don't really know what happens step by step, like going on through the election. Like for example, when somebody does get elected to represent the certain amount of people, like what happens next after that? What do they have to do now?
Like what do you mean? Like at what part? Like when it was like
Explain more. Just explain more.
yeah.
Okay, so for example, we have 15 people, and then 15 people give out, I guess, their opening statement when they're talking to basically gain people's traction to get to know who they are. For example, if somebody gets elected to represent that group of people, what happens next? Is it like less and less people keep on going until there's like one left, or is there what happens, or is it just the people's vote that counts, or does the electoral college have to basically pick them, or what happened?
I'm gonna go ahead and say, from what I heard in the years of voting, um, that the people of, like, let's say, for example, the state of Oregon, right? um, they the city of Portland starts to vote, and let's say like everybody was voting for Democrat, for example, right? And so when people um when people vote for whoever the Democrat person is run, they the what's it called? I can't think of the people who are in control of like the votes and everything. They are the ones that really end up deciding in the end for the people. Like if there's more Republicans voters than there are Democrat voters, then they uh will how can I say they will I can't even speak. They will pass on over the votes. They would be run over by by the Democrat votes than the Republican. Does that make sense? I don't know if I said that right.
Not gonna lie, it didn't really make sense.
Okay, my bad, my bad. If you have more Republican, like if you have more Democrat votes than Republican votes, but the
Mm-hmm.
party that is in control of the votes, then the people who are in control of that, and they see a number of people voting for more Democrats, more Republicans than the Democrats, but they're a Democrat party like
Mm-hmm.
itself, then they would go with the more votes of that
Mm-hmm.
on that state.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Does
talking
that
about
make sense?
gerrymandering?
Huh?
Are you talking about gerrymandering where they outline specific districts in order to get a majority of the votes and then they go out and support?
Yes, yes, that's
Yeah,
that's what
that's
it
what
is.
it is.
Yes.
It's called gerrymandering. That's what they
Okay,
do is
yeah.
they outline
I
a
totally forgot the name of it.
yes, they outline a certain district and then they go in to see how many they check on the population of the district, the
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
race and the age, and then they go out and they nitpick these things. Now, when they
Yeah.
nitpick it, they go out and let's say if it's a Democratic Party with it's a Democratic district that holds 11 electoral votes, and
Mm-hmm.
they'll go out and they'll go to those certain districts and they'll pick out as many. They'll try to get as many districts as possible to increase the electoral votes, and that leads to the electoral college, which then increases the chance of um the politician running in that district to win the race. Gerrymandering, it's weird as shit because they'll go out and nitpick it. It's showing favoritism towards communities, towards districts in order to win the race, and that's why I don't favor politics like that because it's all crooked, it's all corrupt. Like there's
Well, I don't know about being a corrupt, but
no, but that's what
it's just those
gerrymandering
people
is.
who
Politicians will do what they need to get the vote. And in a way, that's how life is. You're gonna do whatever you need to in order to win in life. But I mean, voting it's just confusing for me. I don't feel like I should be involved in that, and so I won't vote, or I didn't vote when last elections. I don't vote midterms. I'm pretty sure I'm not even a registered voter, which is exactly why I don't want to.
you
Just
should go register though. It's really important, man. You
I
should at
know, but I
least.
mean, it's just I feel like it's not worth it. Like, yes, this is the future. Yes, this is gonna affect me and the kids I might have, but I feel like it's just not worth it if it's too hectic or too corrupt of a system. Everybody, everybody thought Hillary was gonna win. Republicans weren't even too sure Trump was gonna get this election, and somehow Trump won electoral votes in Florida, in the blue collar states of North
Okay.
it's no, it's just BS. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I just don't understand it. I don't understand how people
Makes sense.
are. I just don't understand the whole thing. Just voting as it is. I get it. It's right. I get that we are trying to help each other at the end of the day or help our causes and our beliefs. But I just don't see it. I'm sorry. I really don't. I don't understand how. I don't know, dude. I just can't understand it.
No, yeah, no, I hear you, man. I mean, when it comes to politics, man, I mean, it's a tough thing, man, and voting isn't. isn't as easy as hey, just put in your vote and hopefully your person comes in, right? Like it's going to be represented, but most of the time it's not always that way. So sometimes you just gotta flow with it, or just gotta accept the fact. I mean, a lot of people were really upset when Trump became elected, right? And what happened to our country? People start getting pissed off. People over here who are Trump supporters, they start seeing people on the street like that. They're like, hey, like, what the hell? Like, you're a Trump supporter. I don't want to be with you. Like, it's just, I mean, that's just life, man. I mean, some of us, we just got to deal with it, and if you don't want to deal with it, then you just get away from it, really. But it's a tough thing. No, I hear you, Sammy.
Well,
Like, I get what you're saying, man.
what is it? I find it funny how like most, I would say, like Hispanic people get mad that he got voted in, but wasn't it like around 30% of Hispanic Latinos voted
That
for
actually
Trump?
voted for. That actually voted for him. I don't understand that, dude. This shit pissed me off. I don't understand it. What? What? Are you serious? I just don't. Oh man, that irks my nerves, bro. That just irks me. And
Someone come roll the bro button real quick.
yes, dude. Like, what do you? What you switch sides mid match? Are you serious?
I I think
God, bro.
that
Thank you.
I think the main reason that there was Hispanic people voting for Trump, um, if I could be completely honest with you guys, there's
No, you cannot.
oh,
Completely.
okay. I fucking love.
Just kidding.
I
Go ahead.
fucking okay. Um, so Trump got votes from Hispanic and Latino people, right? And you're questioning like why would they vote for them? Like, what's wrong with you for voting for someone that's against you and your people, right? But the way I see it, that there's Mexicans or Hispanics, and then there's criminals, right? I for one, I'm Hispanic, and growing up most of my life, I did not like other Hispanics. I did not like Mexicans because I grew up around Hispanic, merely pure, like a bunch of Hispanics. My school was full of them in California, and I did not think they were good people. A lot of these people were immigrants. They were dangerous people. They were out causing mayhem on the streets, killing each other. And in my eyes, I'm like, why are you doing this to each other when we're the same people? We're the same kind. Or in my head, I'm like, we're human. We're like the same race. We're the same shit. And I feel like if I would have stayed in that same set of mentality, I would like, I would say I wouldn't want more illegal Hispanics in the U.S. I would have voted for Trump to keep these type of people out. Luckily for me, I moved to a better state where there's a lot of nice people, a lot of actually nice Hispanic. Well, it's rude to say that a lot of these Hispanics were kind of whitewashed, and
Deadass.
a lot nicer. So I'm pretty sure it's more like what are you surrounded by? What are the type of people you're around? Where did you grow up that would make you vote? Like, that's how voting is decided. Like, I'm not surprised that there's Hispanics that voted for Trump because it makes sense. I would have too if I stayed in California. Like, I didn't question why Hispanics would vote for Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense, Samuel?
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. It's just confusing. On I just don't under. It's just troubling for me. Yeah, I get it that you would want to better your community, but when the candidate blatantly calls out your entire race as one specific action, like all Mexicans are drug dealers or rapists. They enter the country and steal our jobs. Every single one of them are just as dirty as the the the
The
very
white guy
bottom
that
of
lives next to your house.
Well,
exactly.
to
And
be
like,
fair, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just don't understand it when he blatantly calls out the entire race, the entire population, the entire nationality of people, and uses them as one one negative thing. Like my grandparents, they're Hispanic, and my entire family is Hispanic. My great grandfather was born in Mexico, and then he moved to the United States, and my grandpa was born in Laredo. They worked hard. They worked their asses off to get where they're at right now. Like,
Oh, I agree, man. I agree
yeah,
with you.
like my
Stay with my
like
parents, man. Stay with my parents.
yeah, my grandparents worked $1 an hour to take care of my dad and my tío, holding down a house on the east side. Like, they did what they needed to do, and now my grandpa's retired. My grandma's gonna be looking at retiring. My grandpa worked for the city. My grandma's a teacher over here at this on the south side. She's dealing with kids on a daily basis who've seen even worse things than my grandma did raising her kids. Like, they're working their ass off to make sure that they're set for life. And when somebody that's gonna debate what our future is gonna look like blatantly calls out an entire race off of what a couple people do wrong, it's that's what kills me. That's stupid. And then people
But
go out and vote for him.
Well,
That's
to be
stupid.
fair,
That's even more dumb.
to
well,
be fair,
hold
he
up, hold up, hold
says
up, hold up,
that.
Hold on, I went too.
hold up. What is it? What what I kind of see is like when something bad happens, like for example, a Hispanic does something wrong, like a murder or something, they look at that more than something if they did something good for like the community.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of highlight that more like they did something wrong, unlike the people that did something right.
Yeah.
Which and then is those people that are doing something wrong that giving everybody else a bad rep because they're more focusing on those stories instead of the good things that are happening.
Yeah. Because that's what gets clicks. That's what gets views nowadays. Like you,
Clickbait bullshit.
you
Hey,
need you
that's
need
the
to draw
media,
people
man.
in. Okay.
Yeah.
But like the same
And
thing Samuel was saying, he's calling our people this, right? But there's been multiple cases where he's actually talked further about it, where he saying that he doesn't believe that it's all Hispanics. He believes that it's most of illegal Hispanic people that come to the United States. The media doesn't report when he tries to correct himself because it makes, not to be right on the red side or anything, but the media is controlled by a lot of Democrats, and they will try to manipulate what you hear and see. Like, they don't want you to hear like him saying, "Oh no, I'm not racist." They want you to hear like, "Yeah, I'm racist. Don't vote for me. Don't vote for this guy."
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the people that actually take the time to do the research on him are the same people that voted for him. I'm not saying I voted for him because I did not. There's a lot of things that he does that I don't like. I don't agree with. But the thing is that the reason he says that he calls out illegal immigrants is because if you look at sorry, I burped. If you look at statistics, Hispanics and African Americans commit the most crimes out of white people. And you can't just say, "Oh, that's fucking you're lying," right? There's proof. There's data, a lot of data on it. Like, can you really blame somebody for thinking that Hispanic people are dangerous?
I could,
Yeah. But to change the topic because we're kind of going off topic because mainly talking about race and stuff.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
let's talk about all the candidates that are running in this 2020
Well,
election.
we haven't even talked about why young people haven't. Why do you guys think young people don't vote? Like Samuel said that they feel, and Izzy said that they don't feel like they have someone that's well represented or feel like their vote has much of an
Right.
impact on it, right?
Let's be completely honest. Most of these young people have the time they're lazy. They just don't want to do it, or they just get influenced by other people saying, "Oh, why are you gonna vote?" It's those are that's what I think are the three biggest cases. People are lazy and they just don't want to do it, or they have better things to do.
Better than the future of the country. Yeah, people are lazy. Like, I'm not gonna argue with you there, but what do you think we can do so that people would vote this year? Like, I know that, like you said, people are like, "Oh, voting, I don't want to go register, I'm too lazy, this and that." But Samuel, cool fact, right? You could register to vote online. You do not have to go out anywhere to register to vote. You could do it online, and they'll mail you your pamphlet on what you're voting for. Do you know that?
no, I didn't.
Now you do. Yeah, the
Not
more.
mailing pamphlets, something like that.
So I think we should. I don't think it's that well informed that you could register online because I registered online to vote. I didn't go anywhere to do it.
I did too. But I feel like more like people that are have like a higher pedestal, like in I guess like in mainstream media and all that stuff, they should start raising awareness to vote. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I saw that a
'Cause
lot last year, even from people that weren't American. They were like, "You have to vote. It's important to vote because you're voting for your, the future of the place you live." Right?
because the main things that I saw were just commercials, and like most people don't watch TV anymore.
I saw a bunch of YouTubers doing it.
Yeah, that's true. But we need like the big players. Like for example, in the gaming community, we need people who are big right now.
Like
Start
who?
promoting that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like who?
You know, I haven't been watching a lot of people on
Because I remember
Come on,
that.
Resto. How are you gonna be talking about people and not know who you're gonna run for? Come on, man. This is your country, man. Get out of my country.
I know that PewDiePie talked about it last year that why voting is important and that he encouraged people to go out and vote.
Yeah.
He is the biggest YouTuber out there. So
True.
No, T-Series.
he's not even a YouTuber. That's a corporation.
I know. It's a joke. Relax.
I'm
Be
gonna
so
fucking skin your
sensitive.
butt, dude.
What the? Whoa. Okay. You know, like that one guy on the news who.
So,
this is off topic.
Let's talk.
Some guy got arrested for tickling some guy's butt. Just wanted to throw that out there real quick.
Let's talk about who's running this year.
All right.
All right, bet.
Okay.
Who y'all interested in? Let's start off with that.
Okay. May I go first?
All right, go ahead.
Ah, shit! I closed one of my tabs. Fuck.
Before we start, what's up, guys? Everybody in the chat, appreciate y'all for stopping by. What's up, Brett? I see y'all off. AWNMC, what's going on? I know we didn't get to y'all earlier, but what's going on? What's going on? Lewis, if you're here still, shout out to you, man. Y'all check out my homeboy's music. Yeah, all right.
Shout out to white people. What do you mean my rant was boof? What you trying to say? I feel justified. I could go on for hours. Let's go. But I gotta go.
Cut.
Yeah, you guys gotta cut me off at one point. Like, I can go on for a long time.
All right.
Koala balls.
What?
Somebody in the chat called koala balls. What's up?
Koala balls.
My shit's cutting in and out. Is that happening for everybody too?
A little bit, but Trump's literally stereotyping an entire race. Is racist. Well, yeah, I didn't really like the fact that he based his whole freaking
Platform on it. Yeah, that's one of the
campaign.
things that why I don't like him.
He's just saying things that
Grab her by the pussy. All right, guys. To move on to the topic. Okay. I have 3 people right here open up on my tab that I've been looking into more than the other candidates. It's
Beto.
Shut up, James Ensley, Kristen Gillibrand, and Beto O'Rourke.
Hey.
What about you guys?
Shoot, y'all already know I'm gonna vote for my Theo Trump. Y'all already know 2020. You heard? Nah, I'm messing around.
It's okay if you disagree, Brett. Like, we're all individual people. We don't have to think alike.
No, you're right. He's gonna win again.
He got triggered.
I'm not triggered.
No,
Love you still, man.
Let's see. I want Sanders. I'm looking into him.
Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders. Beto O'Rourke.
O'Rourke.
Yeah. And then who was my other one? I mean, Julian Castro, because he was the mayor here of SA one time, and he was running stuff here.
So you live there?
Yeah, he's actually from here. He was
No, you live there?
Huh?
You live there?
In SA?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I do live in SA.
Okay.
And yeah, he stayed like here off on the west side, and
West Side.
he grew up, yeah, from like the projects and stuff. And dude, he grew up from like the real poor. Like he didn't have nothing, man. Like it was at the point where like him and his mom and his brothers, like they would just be living off of like toast and in one room sharing a bed. Like they had it tough, man. And for him to come up like that where he's at right now, like that's some respect, man. So I kind of looking into him right now too. So those are my top three.
Okay. What about you? You guys, Ernesto and Sammy.
What is it? I was reading right here, and apparently it says that Joe Biden might be running. He's looking into it, and apparently it's gonna be the second oldest candidate in the Democratic nomination.
Who?
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Oh. He hasn't announced that he's running.
Well, he like apparently he's not a candidate yet, but he's looking into to join the 2020 race. But my top three is Bernie Sanders, Beto, and I haven't really looked into like more people yet, which I need to start doing. I need to do my research and everything, because I'm actually gonna start taking this election more serious than I did last year.
Yeah, me too. Well, I took it serious last year because it was fucking Trump and Hillary Clinton. But
Is that-
yeah.
What about you, Samuel?
I'm voting for Trump all the way, man. He speaks to us blue collar, hardworking white men.
Yo, hold
I
on, we can't
agree
hear
with
him. What are you doing? Hold on.
I agree with every focus point that he said
Who's he?
about
Who's he talking about? I didn't hear.
and
he
and,
said
and
Trump.
African Americans and kicking out
He said
Indians.
Trump.
Cause
He
like
said
no,
Trump.
like I agree with him like 100%, dude. Like he just speaks to me on
Fuera.
cut
my,
this stream.
Fuera.
Hey, let him talk. Let him talk.
like my inner white person, you know. Like I work hard for my goddamn tax money. Son
Your
bitch.
inner white person? You mean your inner Hispanic? You mean-
No, I'm not Hispanic. I like divert from my Hispanic ways, and I am now a Caucasian 42-year-old man named John Smith. Um, I work at a
Me.
factory
You mean
up
my
in
Shut
dog?
the fuck.
and I feel like he's doing the right thing on bringing back factories to the homeland because make America great again. And don't get me wrong, like there's some bad people out there, but,
Shut up. Let him.
but like there's bad people, there's good people on both sides. Even if you believe in the Ku Klux Klan and you go beat up, like just protesters saying all, like Ku Klux Klan is bad and shit. Like I'm gonna punch that Hispanic kid in the face because I feel like he's not welcome in my country. But there's good people on both sides because I had a right to punch that kid in the face for not being welcome in my country, even though he's born here. Like I
So
grab people by their
so
genitalia, stuff like
so
that.
so you're
I just
telling
felt like
me
it was the right thing.
so you're telling me that it's okay just to go punch somebody that's not in the same mindset as you?
Oh yeah,
Pretty
no doubt.
much. Yeah,
Yeah, no doubt.
you know who
Yeah,
you
I,
remind me
I
of,
like
man?
completely agree in that.
Trump.
Yeah.
Remind me of Trump.
You wanna know who you remind me? My mom, bro. If I don't go
Oh,
eat right away.
huevo,
If I
con
don't
la
go eat right away.
Dude, she'll beat your ass. My Theo Trump is gonna kick my ass.
Did you ask your mom if you could tell her that?
I don't know. Did you?
I don't have a parent.
No.
All right.
Apparently.
But serious talk. Are you interested in actually anybody, Samuel?
I have not put my focus into anybody yet. I've
Except for
there's
Trump.
there's certain things I really don't look at the person. I look at what they believe in. So like,
So the
and
person.
no, 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 like what they no. I'm not saying I'm not here for a backstory. Like in all respects
You want their
to
beliefs.
what their um
So you want the person's belief.
like what they feel right is in.
The
Okay,
morals.
so I'm pro-choice. I'm for the legalization of marijuana, both on a medical and recreative use. Like that's
Yeah,
what
we
I'm
know.
for. I'm not there for a backstory or like this isn't fucking America's Got Talent where it's like, oh man, like, damn, I'm here on stage and I'm a little 12-year-old and my mom got in a car accident and I'm here singing for her. Like that's not what that's not what I'm for. I'm just for like just strong topics that I agree on. So like like I'm not there for the person's backstory. Like I just want to see what they're working for once they get into office or what they believe is right or what they believe is wrong. Like I want to agree with them on that kind of level, not on a personal like I've been in your spot before. That kind of level. It's kind of hard to explain.
Like
Yeah,
But
like
I understand what you're
like
saying.
they know the struggle, you know.
No,
yeah,
that's
they
what
know the struggle. Like I
he's
said,
saying. He
like
doesn't care about if they know they struggle. He cares about their beliefs. That's what he's saying.
what
All he
they're gonna do in office. That's what I'm interested in.
Well, what I want to see is they actually like the promises that they supposedly gonna make throughout their saying that they're gonna do. I want them to keep their promises. I don't want them to be full of shit. Towards the end, when they actually make it, they never do anything that they said. They go back on their word.
Like who?
Like Sammy when he says, "Hey, let's play Modern Warfare," and he's like, "Yeah, for sure," and then he never comes and joins.
Ah, damn it, boy.
Look, man.
Yeah, get a little too
Look,
personal.
dude. It's not funny.
I like when Samuel says, "I love you forever," and then he doesn't call you anymore. Ouch.
Honestly,
I
What
don't
the
even.
fuck was that, dude?
honestly, man.
I don't even have his number. Like, come on.
All right, but what do we talk about? Like, yes.
Izzy, what are you looking forward in candidate?
I already gave my opinion. Hold on.
All right. Let me talk about mine then. I'm really interested in.
Here we go.
These are. Shut up, Jesus. I'm interested in Jay Ensley. If you guys want to look up what his platform is and what he's running for. Jay Ensley, yes.
Okay, continue. While I'm looking this up.
One of the things that caught my eye about him, I think he's the only candidate that's actually who's trying to focus on our Earth, right? He's trying to focus on climate change and ways to fix it, because I don't know if you guys have been looking at the weather in Texas or anything, but your place is getting fucked over like hard. You guys getting tornadoes and floods all the time nowadays,
Oh wow, thanks.
or hurricanes. No, I'm saying that we actually need a leader who's trying to fix the Earth, not just the state.
Climate change, bro. Come
Yeah.
on.
No, climate change isn't real. It's because of the homosexuals.
Okay,
Oh
relax.
Okay, you need to get out.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Samuel. We'll see you tomorrow.
Wait, no, I have a right to talk about this.
Nah.
Oh,
Like
but
you
you
said,
can't.
if your opinion isn't the same as mine, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
No,
Get
if
out.
your opinion isn't the same as mine, I have the right to punch you in the face.
That's
That's
racist.
how I feel about it. Goddamn.
Oh yeah, well you're the color of poop.
And let me just give you like a brief what he has to say, right? Jay Ensley, this is what he said for his quote, right? I'm running for president because I am the only candidate who will make defeating climate change our nation's #1 priority. I agree with that. I think I feel like our kids and our kids should have a good Earth and a good a good time. Like if you look, what's that one place? Michigan? I think it's in Michigan with the dirty water. Like
Flint, the Flint water crisis.
yeah, like we have dirty water. The North Pole, right? The North Pole will be gone within 28 years, and that's kind of sad to think about. Fucking
I know.
Kids are gonna be like, man, what's in Arctic?
Yeah. What Icy said. How can we fix climate change? Explain. What can we do?
Well,
Besides cleaning up everything.
chill out, son. I'm still trying to talk about my shit. Okay.
Eh.
Watch your profanity.
He's a 2-term governor known for his environmental policies. Has become one of the party's most forceful climate activists, calling on Democrats to embrace green energy job projects. So he's trying to create more renewable jobs to help out the environment. He has signature issues, has made climate change a centerpiece of his agenda as governor and as a national figure, campaigning wildly in the midterm elections on the message of creating a renewable energy jobs. That's why I'm really interested, and I've kept my eye on him. He's a Democrat, and he's 68 years old. He is governor of Washington State and a former congressman.
Okay, I like that.
All right,
Um,
and
look at what Bolt just put down.
excuse me, I'm still talking. You can interrupt me after.
Nah, who gives a fuck? Alright.
I'm
He
surprised that
can.
y'all are cis men, obviously, dude. Yeah, y'all, you guys don't have a woman on any of your eyes for president.
Well, here's the thing. I picked two people. I haven't looked at everybody else yet. So quit putting words in my mouth, okay?
What you say? You think abortion should be
Hey,
illegal? Okay, Ernesto.
Oh, chill
ooh.
out. My name isn't Sammy Boy underscore. It's
2110. All right. I think if you guys are trying to see a good, if you guys want to look it up right now, Christian Gillibrand, I'm dyslexic. Sorry. This is a quote.
Wait, who? Who again?
If you're dyslexic, you shouldn't be able to
Will
vote.
Kirsten
Smith?
Gillibrand. Shut up, Jesus, dude. Kirsten Gillibrand, and this is her quote for running for president. I'm going to run for president of the United States because, as a young mom, I'm going to fight for other people's kids as hard as I would fight for my own. She is 52. I don't think she should be calling herself a young mom though. Um, this is what she said, or this is like the bullet points they have right here. Was once a congresswoman from a conservative House district with policy positions to match. All right. Has transformed herself into a progressive champion in President Trump's Washington, becoming one of the Senate's leading liberal voices. Signature issue has a long place women's equality and opportunity at the center of her policy agenda. So she's looking out for women, trying to get them to be as equal as men. You know, not like, well, obviously, right? She's a feminist, but the good what I like about her that she's not one of those feminists like, we gotta put women in power. We gotta put women on top. We're gonna run this. We gotta kick all the men out because that will discourage like the young.
At the
The,
feminazi.
okay, cool, dude. Shut up. I'm still talking. Um, she's not like like a feminazi who's saying that are pigs. Men should be like kicked out of the house. Like that would discourage our young boys. We're gonna be doing what we did to young girls, or I didn't do it. They did it, doing to young girls. You know, they're basically just flipping it around. It's not gonna fix anything to have that mentality. And I like hers. She's trying to make everything equal for everybody.
Yeah, I really believe that equality is very important in our society and communities. Wherever it's at in the world, that's one of the things that we need to spread more of, because having more power than the other person, just because of their gender or race or whatever it is, that is not right.
Well, what is it like? This past election, it honestly didn't feel like we were going like ahead in equality. I feel like we were going back. If anything,
Yeah, it was a major. It was a major setback for progressive
yeah.
people.
But what is it? Let's see. Let's read the chat right quick.
All right, who wants to read the chat?
Alright, so Icy said he wants to run for president. He said if he was elected, every Tuesday will be Taco Tuesday, and
Ooh.
that has won my vote already. I love taco.
He said, I love tacos. Hey, is he gonna make them though? Is that the thing?
But I mean, if you're running for president, I gotta make sure you have waves. You know.
Hey, yes sir.
Wave check.
You
Wave
gotta have the
check.
Timberlands, the AirPods.
You
Flood.
have
the wave
AirPods,
cap.
you a broke nigga.
Hey.
Hey, whoa, yo, my bad.
I ain't broke. I just don't want.
But, man,
He said I'm not broke, guys.
Bolt.
Stop making fun of me.
Bolt said he can absolutely restrict and develop systems that can help prevent climate change. It's all rotating around environmental equality. What do you guys think about that?
Okay.
You cut out for me.
yeah, you kind of cut off from me.
Read the chat. What Bolt said about environmental equality.
He can absolutely restrict and develop systems that can help prevent climate change. It and oppose sense as all rotating around the environment equally. Environmentally. I don't know what you're saying. I didn't understand it.
I mean, if you can like kind of like explain yourself a little bit more. Like
Yeah,
what
write me a
what you
whole
mean by that.
paragraph.
He's he's a write me a whole statement while you're at it.
I
Mailing the
want to
mail or
hear Yabani and
I want to hear Giovanni's views on the statement by the government to stop funding the Special Olympics.
fuck him, dude. Fuck him. That's my views on it. Fuck him.
So Bolt just responded, look at the renewable energy as the number one source.
oh, okay. So then he's talking about like renewable energy and all that.
Yeah, that's what he just said.
Solar.
He just said it in a different way.
Yeah. I mean, that's just in simple terms in case some people don't understand.
Solar.
Solar energy is great.
We're running out of
Electrical
time
cars.
of going through like each candidate that we've all said.
Okay,
But
what do you guys-
I think we should look into this. The other Republican besides Trump, Weld. Let's good luck to this guy, cause he's the only one with balls enough to go up against Trump. Everybody, can we get a round of applause for him?
snaps.
Snaps for claps.
Let's read. I hope to see the Republican Party
I wanna hear the
assume
lighter.
once again the mantle of being the party of Lincoln. Ran for vice president on the Libertarian Party ticket in 2016. Is exploring a primary challenge to Mr. Trump, Mr. Trump, not even President Trump, presenting himself as a voice of an alienated, moderate, and mainstream conservative. Emerged as a vocal critic of Mr. Trump during the 2016 election, saying that all to deport immigrants evokes crystalline. I don't know that word. I'm dyslexic. Signature issues: favors fiscal restraints, free trade, moderate immigration reform. Has endorsed steps to legalize marijuana. And
Wow, that's the first Republican I heard they try to do that.
And the way I'd vote for him if I'm probably gonna look up into him later. If all my people go out that I'm looking into, if they go out, I most likely will vote for this guy because, again, I feel like immigration reform is a thing that the United States has to get better at. I'm not saying every immigrant is bad, but I am saying that not all of them are good. If that makes sense to you. There should be a way to stop immigration, but there should also be a way to help people who want to migrate to this country to come in, and that's what he's talking about. And moderate immigration reform, and again, where Samuel said that he wants legalized marijuana, and that's one of his things. And I'm actually pretty surprised that that's one of his issues.
Yeah, and the reason I had said that too, that I was surprised, was because a lot of Republicans, they're really strict about legalizing marijuana. They don't want to make that a thing. You know, I know some states already legalize marijuana, but Republicans, for some reason, they just wholly disagree with that, and they are in favor of not legalizing it. And for him to actually be wanting to try and legalize it for everybody here in the States, that's kind of a shock. So I think I might have to do a little bit of research on him too, man. I kind of like that. Touching about the immigration thing, I know that's like a really heavy topic going on right now in the world. And I strongly feel like there should be more security and a better control system to where like immigrants who are wanting to come here illegally to live a better life as they say they do, they should be doing it in the right process. Not in like, okay, I'm gonna cross over without any authorization.
You cut out, bro.
Authorization.
You there?
So who's the funny one to put Trump lover as my handle?
What?
What is it?
I feel about it, and I honestly respect immigration a lot. Like people who want to come over and they want to live a better life, because why? Family members that I have, friends that are other family members that come from other countries, they came over here the right way, got jobs, got hired the right way, legally, and you know what? They became residents, they became U.S. citizens years after, and now they're living here in the States. They pay taxes,
Yep.
just like you're a normal American,
Yep.
and they help out the community just as much as the people who were born here. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
sir.
I totally don't have a problem with someone coming over here that says like, hey, my country's in bad debt, or it's going bad. There's too much cartel. There's too much gang. There's no peace. There's nothing of that sorts of nature that the U.S. has. Where we have police running around our streets, always providing safety and security for our children and our families. That they come make sure that everything's supposed to be running the way it's run, and it's not like that in other states. I mean, other countries. Sorry. And if they want to come over here and they want to change their life, they can do that the legal way, just like my family people have done. Other friends, family members, though that sorts of nature. So yeah, those are my thoughts.
All right.
Hey, hey, Giovanni. Bolt just wrote you that paragraph.
I know. I saw. He sent me a Snapchat saying, "You better read my paragraph out loud."
All right, go ahead.
Ernesto, can you please read that out loud to me?
Like if I'm okay. Also look into hydro energy or thermal energy. I mean, there are so many ways to help agriculture can be neutralized, which would help a ton less greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, less climate change. Facts. All I am saying is with less greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, or more greenhouse gases will be trapped in glaciers or ice caps. For example, Sweden is doing it right.
That's nice.
That's it. It's nice.
No, I mean, I agree with it. I don't know what I can reply it. I agree with it.
How it says right there.
Yeah, I know you did. I agree with it. Like, there's nothing wrong. Like, yeah, we should do a better job of fucking trying to fix our planet. Like, I don't know why isn't that the main focus right now? Why is it about us hating other people? That makes no sense to me. Like, our Earth, our planet should be the number one concern at the moment. Because, like, all my fucking penguins are dying, bro. Like, honestly.
I love baby.
Or is it polar bears? I don't know. One of them.
I'm pretty sure it's the polar bears, bro.
It's the polar bears, man.
I love polar bears.
I know, me too.
You know what I love? A
Pussy.
fucking wall. A wall would be so fucking perfect. It'll solve all of our problems.
Oh my god.
From
I mean,
California to South Texas.
Just plant trees, bro.
Honestly.
No, like trees are gonna work. I need a.
Okay, without Mexicans, we would have to avocados.
What? Al Qaeda's?
Avocados. That's what.
That's another thing too.
Oh yeah, we're
Without
losing
Mexicans,
avocados.
I
No
feel like-
limones.
None of that matters. We need avocado.
Dude, I eat
Ni ma guacamole.
ever since I had avocados on my pizza. That's all I can't eat pizza without avocado. Like that
Yo,
shit's
gross.
That's good. What do you mean?
Avocado on pizza.
Yes, it's good.
I never tried
Bruh.
it. I mean,
Avocado on pizza is good. When I go to Texas to kick y'all's ass, I'll make y'all think. I'll make all of y'all try avocado on your pizza. Try it.
Oh
well,
my God,
jokes on
can't-
you, Manny. You can have guns in Texas. Good
Yeah,
luck
you
on
have guns. You step on the lawn, bang, bang, bang. That's
I'll be
it.
like, "What's up, Izzy? Long time no see." Shove a pizza avocado in your mouth, and then your mom like, "No, mijo, no." I'm like,
and then I'm gonna taste it and be like,
"It's a," and that's pretty
that's what I
good.
do, right?
What is it? What do you guys think of having if a woman wins an election?
Well, it's no different
That's
than a
gonna
man
be game
winning.
changer. Game changer.
Maybe cool. It's one for the books. Like one for the. It'd be crazy. Also, if O'Rourke wins, the Texas would be a blue state, which that one's one for the history books too.
Once Texas goes a blue state, the Republican Party. Well, I heard.
All right, guys. Sorry to cut y'all off, but it looks like that's the end of the podcast. Thank you for all for coming. Any final goodbyes?
No, we're good.
Any final goodbyes?
No, we're not ending it just yet.
I have to go.
Well, that sucks.
Already.
All right, guys. Thank you for coming. Good night.
Nah,
Brush your
hold
teeth.
on.
Drink some water. Don't forget to floss. Good night.
We can just continue this later on whenever.